Jay-Z might be toast, folks. 50 Cent just unleashed a bomb that's got the entire internet in a frenzy. And this isn't your usual rap beef anymore. This is all about power, control, and decades of hidden secrets. And yes, the receipts are piling up faster than anyone imagined. Everyone thought they knew the Jay-Z and 50 Cent rivalry. Two titans, different lanes, throwing occasional shots through lyrics and interviews. That was just the surface. But what 50 is cooking? Not a diss track. A full-blown documentary, a deep dive into Jay-Z's rise, his tactics, and the careers, reputations, and artists left in the dust. Now the story twists because this isn't about who sold more albums or who's richer. This is about who ran the game and who got steamrolled. 50 Cent is casting himself as the whistleblower, the one daring to speak while everyone else stayed silent. Let's break it down. 50 Cent recently went on record, interviews, social posts, teasers for an upcoming documentary, laying out a pattern, not rumors, not gossip, a timeline of alleged manipulation, suppression, and calculated takedowns by Jay-Z and his inner circle. First smoking gun, Nicki Minaj's claims. Reports online say Nicki alleges Jay-Z pocketed nearly $8 million in royalties owed to her when she helped build Tidal from scratch in 2015. She gave the platform credibility, star power, legitimacy, and allegedly never saw a dime. 50 Cent retweeted her clip, amplified the drama, and co-signed it publicly. Not petty. That's a full-on financial allegation from one of hip-hop's biggest names. And then there's Lil Wayne and the Super Bowl. Wayne, New Orleans legend, should have been the obvious halftime choice. Fans expected him. Culture expected him. But Jay-Z, consulting with the NFL on entertainment, allegedly blocked him. Old grudges? People say tension. And just like that, Wayne got benched while Kendrick Lamar grabbed the spotlight. Now, Kendrick is talented, no one's denying that. But the optics? Messy as heck, especially when you remember Jay-Z's track record of hoarding power and shaping every narrative. 50 Cent didn't just toss this in casually. He painted it as part of a bigger pattern: crush rivals, lift allies, grab total control. And it gets even wilder. Fans online morphed into full-blown detectives after 50 dropped a side-by-side pic of Jay-Z and Diddy at events, parties, industry shindigs. For years, people started digging up old footage, interviews, red carpet moments. The duo? Tight publicly, tighter privately, business partners, collaborators on ventures. So when Diddy's legal storm hit in 2024, misconduct, abuse, trafficking allegations, the internet collectively asked, what did Jay-Z know? 50 Cent pounced, posting clips, memes, commentary, hammering one point: proximity equals complicity. If you've been that close that long, claiming ignorance is laughable once the truth pops. TMZ grabbed it. Social media ran wild. Suddenly Jay-Z's polished mogul and family man image? Cracks everywhere. But 50 Cent wasn't done. He revisited the 1999 stabbing case that got Jay-Z time, the elevator footage where Solange physically confronted him, old copyright fights, contract battles, artists claiming they got stiffed by Roc Nation. And he didn't present them as random mishaps or misunderstandings. No, this was a calculated strategy: consolidate, suppress, dominate. Online sleuths went next level, studying body language in interviews, comparing Jay-Z's reactions to questions about other artists, analyzing business moves. Who got signed? Who got dropped? Who got paid? Who got stiffed? And people online swear they're spotting the same playbook on repeat. Cozy up to power. Crush threats. Rewrite history. 50 Cent cast himself as the narrator, the one daring to connect all the dots while everyone else stayed silent out of fear or self-interest. Now, let's talk motive, because this is where it all clicks. 50 Cent and Jay-Z? Never friends, but this isn't just personal beef. It's philosophy, how you build an empire and what you'll do to protect it. 50 Cent built his brand on confrontation, transparency, calling out power players. From Ja Rule to The Game to Rick Ross, he never shied from public war. That's his signature: disruption, exposure. Jay-Z, on the other hand, built quietly. Discretion, alliances, silent moves, controlling narratives through influence rather than volume. Two totally different power styles. For years, they coexisted. Different lanes, occasional tension, but nothing earth-shattering. So what flipped? Think on it. 50 Cent has been teasing this documentary for months, billing it as the follow-up to the Diddy expose. And if you caught that film, you know 50 didn't hold back. He laid out allegations, testimonies, timelines, positioning himself as the truth teller in a world of secrets. Jay-Z? Named, referenced, implicated, not directly, but by association, by proximity, by silence. That pressure builds. Because here's the kicker. Jay-Z's empire is all about control. Image control. Narrative control. Legacy control. And 50 Cent is threatening every bit of it. But wait, there's more. Let's rewind. Early 2000s, both men rising. 50 Cent exploded with Get Rich or Die Trying, one of hip-hop's biggest debuts. Jay-Z? Already a mogul. But 50 Cent's meteoric rise flipped the New York power game. Suddenly, a new king emerged, a fresh voice, a whole new energy. And Jay-Z? He adapted fast. Pivoted. Became the businessman, the mogul, the guy who rose above rap itself. But of course, not everyone made it through. Dame Dash, Jay-Z's former partner, got pushed out of Rockefeller Records, speaking openly about feeling betrayed, used, discarded once he was no longer convenient. Beanie Sigel, Cameron, Freeway, artists who built Rockefeller, have all said they felt undervalued, underpaid, and blocked from reaching their full potential. Zoom out, and the bigger picture is wild. Multiple sources, including industry insiders, claim Jay-Z and Diddy were tasked in the early 2000s with suppressing East Coast rap. Why? Southern artists were cheaper, signing deals for $200,000 to $300,000, bringing platinum back. Meanwhile, New York artists demanded 7 figures up front. Smart business? Maybe. Cultural cost? Massive. East Coast dominance, the birthplace of hip-hop, started fading. According to these accounts, Jay-Z and Diddy were gatekeepers, controlling who got signed, who got radio spins, who got pushed. Dame Dash confirmed Jay-Z wouldn't approve certain artists or give them the cosign needed to break through. 50 Cent has said the same. It was brutal getting a deal in New York. He had to head west, to Dr. Dre and Eminem, to own the platform he deserved. Not coincidence. Structure. And now, 50 Cent is pulling back the curtain. This wasn't just business. It was sabotage. Control. Making sure nobody ever challenged the throne. Put it all together, and it's the perfect storm for a reckoning. Jay-Z's empire? Built on alliances, partnerships, and a strict code of silence. But the moment one person cracks that silence, starts naming names, drops receipts, and connects the dots, the whole house of cards could tumble. And 50 Cent? He has nothing to lose. Already rich, already successful, already outside the traditional industry grind. He's not chasing a record deal. He's not trying to win anyone over. He's just telling the story, and that alone makes him dangerous. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about Jay-Z and 50 Cent. This is bigger. It's about the artists caught in the crossfire, the ones who trusted the system, believed in the dream, worked hard, stayed loyal, and still got sidelined. Nicki Minaj, one of the greatest female rappers ever, allegedly helped build Tidal and never saw the money. That's someone's career, effort, and value erased. Lil Wayne, a legend, got pushed out of a moment that should have been his. Not business. Personal. Pure disrespect. And then there are the countless artists who never even got a chance. Blocked, suppressed, told not yet, not right now, or not for us. How many careers were crushed because they didn't kiss the gatekeeper's rings? How many voices silenced because they threatened the status quo? That's the tragedy. Hip-hop was supposed to be different, a culture where talent mattered more than connections, where the streets could lift you, where authenticity ruled. Somewhere along the way, it turned into just another industry, controlled, consolidated, and corrupted. And the people at the top? They rewrote the rules to serve only themselves. 50 Cent is framing this as a battle for the artists, the ones left behind, the ones used, the ones who deserved way better. And that's why this story hits differently. It's not just gossip, not just drama. This is a reckoning. But it gets even juicier when you realize just how deep the connections run. Let's talk Beyoncé for a second. Jay-Z's marriage to Beyoncé isn't just romance. It's a brand, a business empire, a cultural powerhouse. According to some accounts, That union changed everything for Jay-Z. Before Beyoncé, he was the street rapper who made it big. Talented? Absolutely. Successful? No question. But still urban, still niche. After Beyoncé, he became black excellence incarnate, high society, untouchable. Grammys, corporate deals, White House invites, he went from hip-hop mogul to global icon. That shift insulated him, protected him, made him almost impossible to critique without backlash. 50 Cent has called it out repeatedly, joked, mocked, but the truth lurks underneath the humor. Being part of a power couple like Jay and Beyoncé isn't just personal, it's symbolic. Attack the symbol, and you're attacking a whole empire. Strategic? Absolutely. Effective? Undeniably. But it also means that when cracks start to show, when allegations surface, the fall is harder. And right now, the cracks are showing. Case in point, Diddy. This isn't just guilt by association. Legal stakes exist. In 2024, a lawsuit named both Jay-Z and Diddy in allegations of misconduct involving a minor, claiming the incident happened in the early 2000s. Jay-Z's legal team immediately denied everything, called it a shakedown, and threatened countersuits. But here's the kicker: the case is moving forward. Discovery is underway, documents are being scrutinized, and 50 Cent? He's all over it. Not outright accusations, he's too clever for that. But questions, eyebrow-raising posts, pointing out inconsistencies between Jay-Z's public persona and private actions. And the internet can't get enough. People live for a fall from grace, especially when the untouchable has spent decades building an ironclad image. Meanwhile, fans have turned full-on investigators, digging up old interviews where Jay-Z defended Diddy, downplayed allegations, or labeled accusers liars and opportunists. Now that Diddy faces serious legal consequences, those statements look awful. Not proof of guilt, but proof of poor judgment, loyalty to the wrong people, and maybe, just maybe, a public image that doesn't match reality. In today's court of public opinion? That's enough. Then there's the business angle. Jay-Z's Roc Nation has dominated, managing top-tier artists, brokering deals with the NFL, streaming platforms, and major brands. But big success breeds enemies. Artists leaving Roc Nation have spoken out about feeling trapped, contracts favoring the label, promises unfulfilled, opportunities handed to others. Rita Ora, Rihanna, still publicly supportive, but younger acts thinking they'd get the Jay-Z cosign? Buried under bureaucracy. 50 Cent has highlighted this too, revealing how these mega management companies lock talent into long-term deals, then prioritize whoever's hot at the moment. Not illegal, but ethically shady. And when you stack that on top of the other allegations, financial misconduct, suppression of competition, proximity to problematic figures, it starts painting a very clear picture. A portrait of someone who put power above people, control above community, legacy above loyalty. And that's exactly the story 50 Cent is telling. But this isn't just Jay-Z vs 50 Cent. It's about how power actually works in the entertainment world, how it's stacked, protected, and fiercely maintained. For decades, hip-hop was controlled by a tight circle, label executives, managers, a handful of superstar artists who became gatekeepers. That system worked for them, but for everyone else? Barriers, blocked opportunities, and forced compromises on vision, values, and authenticity just to get a foot in the door. 50 Cent is tearing that curtain down. He's exposing alliances, favors, bought silences, and he's doing it publicly, loudly, unapologetically. That's why this is dangerous for people like Jay-Z, because their whole empire relies on discretion, everyone playing their role, nobody breaking the code. But 50 Cent? He never signed that deal. He built his career outside the old structure, money from TV, liquor, investments far from music. He doesn't need the industry's nod, access to the same rooms, or protection of old relationships. He's free to tell the truth, or at least his version. And that freedom terrifies people who spent decades crafting controlled narratives. The bigger story? Accountability. For too long, entertainment's powerful played with impunity, suppressing stories, paying off accusers, threatening critics. But social media flipped the script. Everyone now has a platform, victims have a voice, investigators can connect dots that once stayed hidden. The old guard is scrambling. You can't control the narrative anymore. You can't expect silence from everyone. You can't bully your way out. And 50 Cent is proving it. 50 Cent gets it. He's weaponizing the tools of the new era, social media, documentaries, viral content, to take on the old guard power structures. And it's working. People are watching, questioning, demanding answers. Jay-Z's situation is a warning to anyone in power. The more you accumulate, the more you have to guard. The more you guard, the more secrets you keep. And the more secrets you hoard, the weaker you are when someone finally speaks. And right now, someone is speaking. So where does it go from here? That's the million-dollar question. Because today, it's still allegations, speculation, accusations without convictions, but the momentum is undeniable. 50 Cent has promised more: footage, documents, witnesses. He's framing this as just the opening chapter of a much bigger saga. If he delivers, if the receipts are real, Jay-Z's empire could crumble, not suddenly, not explosively, but slowly, steadily, as sponsors back away, partners reconsider, and public opinion shifts. In today's world, reputation is everything. Legal battles? You can survive. Financial losses? You can survive. Being cancelled by culture? That's nearly fatal. And in hip-hop, the culture rarely forgives, especially when you're accused of betraying the very people who built you up. The legal angle adds even more weight. If allegations involving minors gain traction, more accusers come forward, or evidence surfaces, we could be talking criminal charges, not just civil suits, actual prison time. Worst case scenario? Still seems distant. But remember, so did Diddy's arrest a year ago, R. Kelly's conviction, and Harvey Weinstein's downfall. These things don't happen until they do. And when they do, they hit fast. 50 Cent is positioning himself as the one who saw it coming, who tried to warn people, who refused to stay quiet. Genuine or opportunistic? That's up for debate. But the impact is real. Every post, every interview, every documentary teaser chips away at Jay-Z's carefully polished image. And once that facade cracks, good luck repairing it. Stay tuned, because this story is about to get even wilder. More details dropping, more clues surfacing. Rumor has it, 50 Cent's documentary could drop in the next few months. And if it's anything like the Diddy expose, brace yourself, the internet is about to break. So, drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Jay-Z is actually guilty, or is 50 Cent just stirring the pot for clicks? Will the industry finally hold powerful figures accountable, or will this blow over like every other scandal? Hit like, smash subscribe, turn on notifications. Don't miss a single update because we're covering every twist, every turn. Thanks for riding with me. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe out there, and remember, in this game, loyalty is expensive, silence is currency, and the truth always finds a way.